Team Canada at our best. How's everybody doing today? Good? I'm a little stiff. I had to see the soft tissue chiropractor there. Put me through my paces today. Everything's just like, ugh. But it's a good, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it's good to feel the pain, just saying. So yeah, if you are new to this channel, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because it takes that much effort. That's all it does. Doesn't cost a thing. So please check out my channel and consider subscribing because, like I said, it doesn't cost anything. My hangers on, I thank you so much. I'm so humbled by the fabulous things that you say on my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. I really do. Excuse me. Some lovely Canadian left this little message, and oh my God, I snorted. It was so funny, honest to God. And I'm just going to say Sammy because I don't want to give the whole name, but Sammy says, Donnie, keep your criminal mitts off our beaver. It's our national symbol, and it's not up for grabs. Just saying. So to continue with the Canadian content here, early polls are closed. We have an election tomorrow for the province of Ontario. And I got to tell you, people just started campaigning. I think it was the 27th of January. Yeah, we only get like 32 days to campaign. That's it. That's all. For bigger elections, I think the longest one we ever had was 56 days, start to finish. Not 2 years. So anyway, Canada, Lord, you better hang on and buckle up. Early voting is over in Ontario and the big election is tomorrow. This election was called because I humbly believe that a very nervous conservative leader, Doug Ford, I know he's talking a good game and going on Fox News and all those other right-wing shows. I know he's going on all those, but he decided to call a snap election. Now, maybe that's why he's all out about Trump and everything else. But he called it a snap election in February, when we have had a shit ton of snow this year. That might scare people away from the polls because it's cold? Because there's snow? Sweet suffering Jesus, we know you live in the banana belt of Ontario. But you see, up here, it was even up here, it was like, I think it was +1 today or +2. Yeah, it was pretty mild today. I even had my coat wide open. No hat. It was beautiful. It was sunny. It was actually kind of warm, just saying. But still got a ton of snow, but that's not going to keep us away from the polls. I mean, all week long, it's been between -2 and +3. And the only time it's going to get cold is election day, but that's not until at night when it's going to go down to, I think, -17, and we're going to get maybe 2 centimeters of snow. That's not going to keep us away from the polls. We're up in the pine tree line here. We live in the north. We don't care about driving in the winter, Dougie. I guess you were counting on a low turnout because of weather? This is like a hockey game. Even on an outdoor rink, we don't call the game because of weather. If it's raining and the rink melts, we take off the skates and put on sneakers. Easy peasy. Folks in Ontario are tougher than you think, Dougie Ford. You have big brass ones to call an election with all that bullshit that you want to spend our tax dollars on, and you're going to call an election now? Here is some crazy shit that he wants to do. Like lighten the traffic on the 401. Great idea, right? Of course it is. There's always gridlock on the 401. I think it's one of the busiest highways in North America. Might be even G7, I don't know, but it's one of the busiest, definitely in North America. But anyway, I digress. So we have a toll road, the 407. So maybe you could half that toll. How about that? That would take a lot of pressure off the 401. That'd be a start, wouldn't it? But no, Ford basically handed $1.9 billion to the rich owners, to his rich buddies rather, all because he wanted to fast track booze so we could sell it a year earlier in grocery stores and big box stores. So the beer companies, 7-Eleven and Costco too actually, got a ton of money. When that money could have gone to more doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, and clinics. That $1.9 billion could have given more than 1 million people in this province a family doctor. Or can you imagine how many nurse practitioners that could have bought or built small clinics? Because nurse practitioners can treat, diagnose, send you for tests, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So if they couldn't afford doctors, they could afford a shit ton of nurse practitioners. They are hardworking and they're good. Just saying. Now, Ford has decimated our healthcare in Ontario, but he could give two shits about our healthcare as long as he gets his for life, I might add. If he didn't want to hire as many doctors, he could have hired more nurse practitioners. Hell, even our pharmacists are treating patients now with more run-of-the-mill illnesses, shall we say, like urinary tract infections, pink eye, stuff like that, and obviously colds and flus. But yeah, they can diagnose smaller things like that. He thinks spending $100 billion on a tunnel under the 401 is the best way and the best use of our tax dollars. How about hiring more teachers or fixing schools so that these kids can learn to do your job? That would be a good thing. Or learn to do your job in a school that isn't falling apart and isn't without supplies to do that teaching, because teachers are supplying their own classrooms now with pens and markers and all that stuff. Teachers are buying that for their students out of their own salary. And who better to dig that big hole than the guy that is supporting every right-wing candidate leader worldwide? Elon Musk, who just happens to own a company called the Boring Company. Just happens to build underground traffic tunnels. Imagine. Now, he talks a good game. I'm not saying that he's hiring Elon, but that's who he is looking at. He talks a good game saying he'll tariff Tesla, rip up the contract with Starlink, the Starlink contract, that, by the way, will help only, I shouldn't say only 15,000 people. It's 15,000 people that could really use internet. In Ontario, that has a population of 16,124,116 as of July 2024, and it's looking like a 3% increase each year. Yeah, Doug Ford is the fox-loving fan of the North, and he wears that Canada's Not for Sale hat. And it could be the right buyer, I'm saying. Right, Dougie? Instead of playing footsies with Elon and Trump, why wouldn't you use Telesat, Ariane Canada, Kepler Communications? At least they're Canadian, and they wouldn't have temper tantrums and turn off that satellite on whatever whim hits them, or whenever the ketamine or whatever other mushrooms kick in or whatever. Doug Ford is the guy that, just to get the title and the perks, said he would end hallway healthcare. After 7 years of him blowing smoke up our ass, the emergency rooms are more crowded and the wait times are exponentially longer. And if you actually do need surgery, the doctor's usually on call. So you have to wait till he gets to the hospital, examines you, scrubs up, and then gets to the operating room. Now, I don't blame the doctors or the hospitals for any of this stuff per se, but politicians are the ones that are allocating your tax dollars to fucking underground tunnels and helping out big corporations that, because there's a cost to doing business, they should be absorbing their own costs to do business. Now, the last little bit of information I have to get to is Zelensky's coming. He's coming to the Oval Office on Friday. And I am terrified for that man. I think he's going to get bullied. And I think that Trump is going to walk all over him. I hope he sticks to his guns and said there's no deal anywhere unless Ukraine is involved. But that includes the European Union as well. So I don't know if he's going to bring anybody with him. There's not much out about it all other than Zelensky said that he will look long and hard at whatever, I guess, contract or whatever Trump's got drawn up. But I think Trump's going to expect him to sit at that table and sign that right off the bat, because he's not going to give it to him in advance, because it's the mango moose knuckle. He's not going to give him that advance. But Trump wants all his rare earth material and stuff and any other natural resources that Ukraine has. He wants it all to go to the United States. How are they going to make a living and start rebuilding their country when there is a peace deal signed if Trump's getting all their money from their exports? Because Trump says that Ukraine has to pay them back for aid that they sent. It's called aid. It's not called, I'll do this if you do that. First, you have to do us a favor, though. That's a good one. He likes using that with Zelensky. That's what got him impeached. But he's got the right people around him. That's not going to happen. But 2026 isn't here either. When that comes in, there's going to be a different tune played in the House and the Senate. I'm just saying. So anyway, 99 loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first. Keep your fingers crossed for Volodymyr Zelensky for Friday. And that meeting. Almost got a lump in the pit of my stomach worrying about that man. So anyway, take care of you so you can take care of somebody else. I love you all. I'm sorry this is such a mishmash, but sometimes that's what you get. There's a little bit of everything going on today. So anyway, I love you. And take care of you. Take care, guys. Love you.